You have to give us instructions too.
What's that?
You have to give us instructions.
I will give you everything you need to know.
Excellent. So you're audio recording, not camera.
I am, yeah, right, audio
Gotcha.
recording.
Oh, okay.
So, yep. And this is the core of what you sent me that I reworked just a little bit so that it would
And we read
it
them a
would
lot
work.
to make sure we could keep them.
She goes, which ones? I go, what happens if I? She goes, if you don't like them, we got to discard them. I said, discard, discard, discard. I was just kidding.
Well, remember, this is like a contract. This is the
know.
contract.
Oh, I know.
This is the terms to your contract.
I know.
Yeah, it's pretty important stuff. Yeah, this isn't a check. You know, I'll check
we do most of this for the most part, except I get up a little cranky sometimes.
Well, because I noticed that getting up in a good mood or a positive attitude or
sometimes
something.
I get a little cranky in the morning, you know.
Well, that's right. Now, reverse. So Leanne, right here.
Just in case you want to take pictures.
Oh, okay. Good.
I'm
Good.
not taking my shoes off.
Are you sure?
Neither am I.
Positive.
We gather here today to celebrate the wedding of Leanne and Floyd. We're here to share this formal commitment they make to one another. Marriage is perhaps the greatest and most challenging adventure of human relationships. No ceremony can create your marriage, only you can do it. Through love and patience, through dedication and perseverance, through talking and listening, helping and supporting and believing in each other, through tenderness and laughter, through learning to forgive, learning to appreciate your differences, and by learning to make the important things matter and to let go of the rest. What this ceremony can do is to witness and affirm the choice you made to stand together as life mates and partners. Will you, Floyd, take this woman to be your wedded wife?
Yes, I do.
Good. And will you, Leanne, take this man to be your wedded husband?
Yes, I do.
Good answer. I'm going to share with you a little reading from Robert Fulghum. In fact, he's a relatively popular writer, at least he was back about 20 years ago. And this is from a bigger writing he made, an essay called Union. You have known each other from the first glance of acquaintance to this point of commitment. At some point you decided to marry. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes, indeed you've been making commitments in many informal ways. All of those conversations that were held in a car or over a meal or during a long walk or hike. All those conversations that began with when we're married and continued with I will and you will and we will. All those late night talks that included someday and somehow and maybe. And all those promises that were unspoken matters of the heart. All these common things and more are the real processes of a wedding. The symbolic vows you're about to make are a way of saying to one another, you know all those things that we promised and hoped and dreamed. Well, I meant it all, every word. Look at one another and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you've been many things to one another. Acquaintances, friends, companions, lovers, dancing partners, even teachers. For you've learned much from one another in these past years. Shortly, you shall say words that will take you across a threshold of life, and things between you will never be the same. For after today, you shall say to the world, this is my husband, and this is my wife.
Yes.
We've come to the point in the ceremony where you're going to make your vows to one another. But before you do that, I ask you to remember that love, which is rooted in faith, trust, and acceptance, will be the foundation of abiding and deepening relationship. No other tie is more tender, no other vow is more sacred than the ones you're about to assume. If you are able to keep the vows you make today,
It's a mosquito.
not because of any religious or civic law, but out of a desire to love and be loved by another, fully without limitation, then your life will have joy, and your home, the home you establish, will be a place in which you both find direction and freedom and responsibility. And so, turn and face one another. And I'm going to ask y'all some questions that reflect the promises that will serve as the foundation of your marriage. But before I do it, I want you to look into one another's eyes as deeply as you can. Because as Robert Fulghum says, you're about to make the vows to one another, and after you make those vows, everything changes. Doesn't matter how long y'all have been together. Everything changes. Mm-hmm. Because after these vows, you'll no longer look at the future in terms of me and mine, you and yours. It will always be us and ours. And so with that in mind, I'm going to ask y'all some questions. First to you, Floyd, and then Leanne. Floyd, do you promise to support Leanne as an individual, being there to encourage her so that she might achieve her goals and to fulfill your life together? Do you promise?
I do.
Floyd, do you promise to nurture your relationship as a couple by starting each day on a positive note and by being grateful for the life you have, by communicating with her and expressing your gratitude for Leanne every night?
I do.
By respecting, I appreciate that. No, that's good. I like enthusiasm. That's a good thing. By respecting Leanne's children as you do your own, by not taking Leanne for granted, by enjoying all the big and small moments you will share, by laughing with Leanne, by being honest and loyal to Leanne. Do you promise?
I do.
Good. Life will present obstacles along your journey. During these times, do you promise to be vulnerable to Leanne and have faith in the bond you have to overcome the challenges you face? Floyd, do you promise?
I do.
And finally, Floyd, do you vow to honor and respect Leanne for all that she is and will become, taking pride in who you are and who she is, both separately and together? And above all, do you promise to give Leanne your love freely and unconditionally? Do you promise?
I do.
You are done. Now, Leanne, do you promise to support Floyd as an individual, being there to encourage him so that he might achieve his goals and to fulfill his life together, with yours together?
I do.
Leanne, do you promise to nourish your relationship as a couple by starting each day on a positive note and by being grateful for the life you have, by communicating with Floyd and expressing your gratitude for him each night, by respecting Floyd's children as you do your own, by not taking Floyd for granted, by enjoying all the big and small moments you have together, by laughing with Floyd, and by being honest and loyal to Floyd?
I do.
Good. Life will present obstacles along your journey. During these times, you promise to be vulnerable to Floyd and have faith in the bond you have to overcome the challenges you will face.
I do.
Leanne, do you vow to honor and respect Floyd for all that he is and will become?
Yes, I
Taking pride, again, thank you.
Is it the same spot?
No, it's a different spot, which makes it really nice. By taking pride in who you are, both separately and together. And above all, do you promise to give Floyd your love freely and unconditionally? Do you promise?
Yes, I do.
Outstanding. By the power of your love and commitment and the power vested in me by the glorious Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I pronounce you to be husband and wife. You may kiss one another.
Throw me in the water.
No, it's
Yeah. Well, no, that would be not good.
No.
If like you both decided to jump. You know, as your
that's
first
not that
act
deep
as a
either.
couple. No, it would not.
That wouldn't-
Yeah, it would not be good. Well,
I had a whole witness I didn't even know.
unfortunately, your phone went and it's got the pass code.
Oh, that's okay. We
you
can
know,
take a picture now.
yeah. Well, there's a couple of things that I want to get. Every couple I marry, I do a selfie. Have a selfie.
Oh, we could do that.
You know, not a post. So we need a selfie,
Oh, okay.
and I'm going to turn